first win of the year. Martin Davalos.
Oh, it's
down
Izzi.
they go, and Izzi gets into him. Stroupe has stalled the bike. Christophe Pourcel wins. The drama of Monster Energy Supercross Lites starts right now on Speed. Some 500 truckloads of dirt were brought inside the Edward Jones Dome in St. Louis. The Supercross track was built. The pyrotechnics were lit. And now it's time for Supercross here in St. Louis. Round number 6 of 8 for the Monster Energy AMA Supercross and FIM World Championship Supercross Lites East Coast Tour is ready to go racing. Hi everybody, I'm Ralph Shaheen alongside Speed's own Supercross Series champion Jeff Emig, and we are ready to go racing here in St. Louis. And we've had a guest track designer this week, one of the wildest men on 2 and 4 wheels. Travis Pastrana designed tonight's racetrack, and Jeff, it's arguably one of the craziest we've seen in years.
It is definitely crazy, and we seen during track walk earlier today, Lites riders were really paying close attention, trying to figure out just what they were going to do on this track. Then they made it to qualifying practice. It was very challenging for some riders, as there were some obstacles that they're not used to, so they were trying to figure it out during qualifying. Most of them made it through pretty good, a couple of crashes here and there, but overall, by the end of practice, I think that the Lites riders got a rhythm, and it seems like from the comments I've heard, the riders are really having a fun time riding this track.
Well, let's take our analysis a little bit further and show you our rock star track map.
Yeah, you can take a look at it. See, this track zigs and zags all around. Not your normal rhythm sections. There's not one standard triple jump on this track, and there's a couple of split lanes as you zigzag across the start. I'm telling you, this track is going to be really interesting once it's time to go racing.
Well, before we go racing on the track, let's introduce you to the third member of our broadcast crew. Here's Aaron Bates with a Progressive pre-race report.
The 199 of Travis Pastrana informed me earlier this afternoon that he's definitely played one too many games of Excite Bike on Nintendo, because what he's done, he's brought virtuality to reality here in St. Louis. This track, it's got a little bit of everything. Tons of obstacles, a lot of twists, a lot of turns, but of course, in true Travis Pastrana fashion, one huge, massive 96-foot jump. But this is not an ordinary jump. You just took a look at the dragon back that leads into this jump. Basically, it's like riding up a staircase and then using it as a launch pad to land on an uneven ground. It's going to be extremely technical, really difficult, and it's going to be one ultimate level of commitment on these riders' behalf. All the guys seem to be having fun so far, so well done, Travis.
All right, Aaron, thanks. Here are the riders at the line as we get set for heat number 1. Of course, we'll take 9 riders out of this straight to the main event. This begins 2 hours straight here on Speed of Supercross competition. We'll get through the lights. When they're all done, we check our flag, their main event. Stay with us because the Supercross class will be up right after that for their full program here on Speed as well. Our Yamaha starting grid scrolling across the top of the screen, and we'll get to see the points leader, Christophe Pourcel, right away.
Yeah, that's Pourcel here on your right, 377. He actually was the second fastest qualifier today. His teammate, Austin Stroupe, was the fastest qualifier. They're turning the high 46-second lap time range. So I'm thinking, Ralph, that the track is gonna get a little faster for racing in the heats. By the time we get to the main, the track's gonna deteriorate, and it's gonna be really tough to hit that 46. But I think they're gonna be a little quicker here in the heats.
Quicker earlier on in the evening than as of later.
Yep.
There again is Pourcel getting ready. Not a lot of heat wins this year, but he's been Mr. Main Event.
Yeah, he's won 3 main events, comfortably out front in the championship, this being a short championship. Let's go, heat racing.
Pourcel tries to beat everybody to the corner, but boy, he has problems, and instead it's the 719 of Freezy that gets the whole shot. Vince out front.
And Freezy, Cape Girardeau, Missouri, hometown boy, whole shot in his hometown race.
You see one rider down right there, and was that Freezy that went down?
No, that was Wil Hahn.
Wil Hahn. I saw the red bike, it was hard to tell.
But how about it?
Here's Pourcel making the move, trying to come around as they go over the bridge. That's an over-under bridge this time. We haven't seen one of those yet this year. This is one of the trickiest sections on the track too, Jeff, right through here.
That's that double dragon's back that I was talking about. You roll up over, drop down. Now this is a tabletop section where it's a little quicker to go on-off. Pourcel running third right now. Vince Friese from Missouri, hole-shotting the heat #1, first race of the night here at Edward Jones Dome.
And he's got Darren Durham right behind him. Here's some of those big bank turns.
It's this zigzag back and forth, and you notice the lights guys here before the finish line jump where the green flag is, they have to go all the way wide just to make that finish line jump. That's our track designer, Travis Pastrana, stretched that out a little bit, so it makes it a little tougher for these guys.
One of the things in talking to Travis about the track design was he said he really wanted to make these guys think a lot about their lines and give them some opportunities to do some things that were not the normal line. As we watch Pourcel making a move, picking up a position.
Well, what I was going to say there, Pourcel, he was having to think about a couple of Star Racing Yamahas. He was sandwiched in between, but then he finally made it by.
But Jeff, he had trouble at the start. Watch this. He got a good jump out of the gate, but then things go bad as he gets to the corner.
Yeah, watch as he gets in here. Friese has the start, and Pourcel has to just really lock up the front brake. Great piece of riding, even though he was totally out of control to keep that bike on 2 wheels. Incredible amount of skill. Oh, now he goes for the lead.
This is for the lead right here as he's battling Friese into this double dragon's back. Oh, and he gets tied. They make contact right there, that very slow section. And it is really hard, Jeff, if you change lanes in there to come through and smoothly do that transition. Here he comes, hard. Can't make the pass there. Now he comes after him with this big 96-foot jump, cuts back to the inside, still can't get the pass completed.
Oh,
and then there's contact with Durham coming from behind.
That's Lemoyne route. Lemoyne got past Durham. Lemoyne absolutely on fire there. Really got into the back of Pourcel. You see they all came together. Luckily, Pourcel, our points leader, is still on 2 wheels. Lemoyne is out of the picture.
Here's Pourcel again, applying the pressure to Friese. Oh, and he comes right up to the inside, has to get on the brakes, charges hard over the double dragon's back. He's got the inside line, contact again in the same corner, and again he's set up and out of that berm.
I'm telling you, how about Vince Friese here? He wants this heat race win.
Here's
he wants
Durham.
It bad. There's Durham closing
coming
up.
Back on the inside. Durham trying to challenge again, and Friese doing a tremendous job, Jeff, of holding off all the advances coming from behind.
Just an incredible ride here for the local guy. Now, Pourcel tries the outside.
Look at the speed he gets as he just rides the rim through there. Cuts to the inside of the finish line jump. Pourcel has the position for now. And Friese comes back to the outside. He can't get it done.
And look who's sneaking back up, just in 3rd place now. Matt Lemoyne has got past his teammate Durham. Once again, now he's in 3rd. Here's a replay. Here's Lemoyne absolutely going for it. Look, he manages to keep the bike on 2 wheels. Here's the pass for the lead. Friese has to set up for the outside. Pourcel just nice block pass there. Blocks his momentum.
Does a great job working that brake too. Sliding through there.
We're going to take another look at this here. Now watch as he comes across. Pourcel takes a look over even. Knows that he doesn't want to get into it, doesn't want to take his front wheel out, just wants to block his line and block the momentum.
Pourcel continues to lead in the fight for second as we take the white flag as a 3-rider battle. Lemoyne, Friese, and Durham. That's Durham battling with Friese right there. Durham on the blue 159.
I'm telling you, all 4 of these front runners here have put in an incredible main. Here's Durham to the inside.
Oh, big contact. Down he goes. Friese continues. Remember the top 9 transfer. This could really hurt Durham.
Well, Durham, he's been putting on a fine ride this heat race, but I'm telling you, Matt Lemoyne is the rider who's now sitting in 2nd. He has been absolutely flying. He's been faster than anyone on the track. Lemoyne with a 51, while Pourcel actually just had a 50.5, so.
Pourcel going for his 2nd heat race win of the year. Here he comes, checkered flag. Christophe Pourcel takes the heat win here in St. Louis. The battle for the final transfer spots coming to the line. Lemoyne is in. Freezy. Clark goes. Gerke is in. Kalon will take the transfer, and here's where things got bumpy.
Watch Durham there. Freezy didn't back off at all as he's done this entire heat race. He has stayed in it and rode a really tough ride.
But Durham gets lucky, Jeff. He'll make the transfer. He'll take 7th. Pourcel takes the win. We'll talk to him when we come back to St. Louis. In the background, not far from the Edward Jones Dome where we are tonight. Here's your results. Remember, the top 9 go on straight to the main. Everybody down to Teddy Parks gets their ticket punched for a main event trip. We head down to the podium where Aaron Bates is standing by with her winner.
Christophe Pourcel is one of those riders that really does not like to take any additional risks, but on tonight's track that might not be possible. Christophe, when you came up here, you looked really frustrated. What's with that?
Yeah, you know, since 4 weeks I'm still sick, and I got a big injury 1 year ago, and I'm still on that. So I mean, I got a good start with my Monster Kawasaki Pro Circuit, and I want to say thanks to all my sponsors, and I will try to give my best on the main event anyway.
Congratulations on your second heat race win of the season.
There is Nico Izzi on the number 20 Rockstar Makita Suzuki. Jeff, he looks good right now. He's got 2 heat wins this year already, but boy, practice was pretty rough for Nico.
He did have a bit of a rough ride here on this Travis Pastrana designed track, and this is this Dragon's Back. He tried to jump from peak to peak.
Oh,
comes
man.
up short and instantly has a right hand off of the bars. Watch him, he throws the bike down and instantly grabs his wrist. Fortunately, he remounted, turned some really hot laps after that, but first impression there was that he wouldn't be riding the rest of the night. So great that Nico's healthy enough, and I'm telling you, Nico's got so much to prove. You know, it was just last week in New Orleans, he didn't make the main event. He was 3rd in the LCQ.
And he's been so close to winning, too, this year. And you keep thinking, maybe it's this week, maybe it's this week. And just
Close
like
to
tonight,
winning.
earlier tonight, he was so fast, and then we saw that practice crash. You thought, oh, man, here we go again. But who knows? Maybe he's going to rebound from that and be ready to take a win here tonight now.
Yeah, well, and that's what these young guys do. They're learning, they're trying things, they're really pressing the envelope, trying to be better. I doubt if anybody is going to jump that section here throughout the rest of the night, but, Nico gave it a go in practice.
Problem is, he's going to have to beat Austin Stroupe in this one, who was the fastest rider all day today.
Yeah, Austin Stroupe, he was absolutely flying. Fast time of a 46.7. Ralph, I said before Heat 1, I think they were going to bring it down. Heat 1 did not show me that. The best time was Pourcel at a 48.3, so the track's actually a little slower.
There's Stroupe on the 981 to the left of Nico Izzi. There's a good look at Austin. Here we go, Heat 2. Oh, Stroupe gets a great start. Izzi gets hung up to the inside. Stroupe with the whole shot. Izzi is right there with him, and Wharton on the 61 has second, but loses it quickly to Izzi.
Wow, what a great start by Austin Stroupe. I was focused on him the whole time. He came in absolutely perfect. That's Branden Jesseman down.
Big pile up in there.
Nicoletti's down.
Phil Nicoletti is involved in that on the 58.
No problems though for Austin Stroupe and Nico Izzi. Wharton.
That's Blake Wharton on the 61. They're running 1, 2, and 3. And Stroupe, now here's the section where Izzi crashed earlier. He gets through it okay right now.
Slow and low is the tempo, Ralph. He found a new line there, wasn't going to chance it. I'm telling you, he's been really good in his heats. Austin Stroupe, or Nico Izzi has been getting better with each week, but last week he had so much problems. You got to think that that's going to be in the back of his mind as he rides this heat race. Doesn't want to press it too hard like he did last week in New Orleans here. This week in St. Louis, he wants to get in the main event, then take some risk.
Young Blake Wharton on that 61. Boy, he's been so impressive this year, Jeff, racking up a handful of top 5 finishes this season.
Well, and it's impressive for a rookie, and he came in knowing that his Supercross experience and wasn't what he needed to be, but he sure has been a quick learner.
Let's go back and take a look as the gate dropped and they got to that first corner.
Yeah, and watch what Izzi does here. He gets on the brakes and lets Wharton go fly by the inside. Stroupe had that all the way, but Wharton got in there a little hot. He was very lucky.
There's a pileup behind him. You see one rider losing it and about 3 or 4 riders stacking up there.
Yeah, see, there's that pileup with all those riders. That's a tough break for Jesseman, who came off a really great ride last week in New Orleans also.
That was Nicoletti who lost the bars and tumbled to the ground. And the fight for the lead starts to get a little bit more intense now as Nico Izzi on that Suzuki, the yellow number 20, has caught the Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki of Austin Stroupe.
And watch what happens with this track here is that there's some of the fast lines you have to ride really wide, and there's some inside berms that Pastrana opted to use instead of a bowl berm. He used a couple of lines. This is one of them right here. See, that's a real tight inside. Stroupe doubling off the tabletops and tripling. Izzi doing a whole different rhythm through there, staying on top. Here, now they're on a different rhythm also. So who knows how this track is going to shape up right now. Both lines are very evenly matched. See?
Which would you prefer? Which would you, as a rider yourself, which style would
less
fit you
risk?
Slow less risk all the time, huh?
Yeah. Well, that was my style, okay? I didn't like to take the big chances. Austin Stroupe, though, he's not afraid of taking chances. He is a very exciting rider. He can turn some fast laps, and he really lets it all hang out.
Watching Nico Izzi.
Look who's hanging in there in third. Blake Wharton, he's been really on it also. Riders love this track. Best soil on the circuit. I'm telling you, it is just awesome how these inside lines shape up, how you can just stick the bike where you want.
What is it about this dirt here in the St. Louis area that everybody likes so much?
See, Stroupe makes a little mistake. Well, watch here. Watch as Izzi goes to the inside. It's a little groove there. Look at that. He's leaning the bike over, almost dragging the bar on what is a, seemingly flat corner. So these lines start here, and you can really get in and just lay it over.
Is that the dirt working, allowing you to do that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's just a perfect play. I mean, it's the best. And it's produced some really great races also, and that's why the riders love coming here.
Well, Izzi keeps reeling him in slowly. He's about 0.6 of a second back in second place.
And they're turning some fast lap times. Right now, Izzi has the fastest lap of the heats here. He's at a 47.2.
Stroupe went way wide to really slid the bike, and it cost him a bunch of time, Jeff, and that has really allowed Izzi to close up as they go past the mechanics area.
Well, our top 3 riders have turned 47-second lap times in their first heat. There were 2 riders in the 48s.
1 lap remaining.
So will it come down to the split section route there after those tabletops? We come across the first turn area. Stroupe's going one way, Izzi's going the other. That's where he's really making up the time.
Top 9 will get those transfer spots. It looks like Izzi has started to open up a gap again.
Stroupe's in really fast here as you go under the tunnel. He's got a little gap over last lap around. See him.
Much more comfortable lead this time by. I don't know what happened to Izzi, but he definitely lost some time.
Well, what's interesting is that they're both taking such dramatically different lines, but yet their lap times are very close to being the same.
Izzi's got to worry more about Wharton catching him for second than he does catching Stroupe. And Austin Stroupe takes the checkered flag and makes it a heat race sweep for the Monster Energy Pro Circuit team as he joins his teammate Christophe Pourcel as a heat race winner. We'll be back to talk to him as well from St. Louis.
Prime time, where some of the world's fastest
in riding gear. Don't miss Superbikes with Jason Britton, Tuesday night, 9 Eastern, only on Speed. And the results from heat number 2 look like this. For these 9 riders making the transfer over. Kyle Gills is going on the 521. Jacob Saylor will make it in the 198. Daniel Blair's had some pretty good rides lately. He's going on to the main, and we go right down to Aaron.
Well, guys, he was the fastest qualifier all day long, and that heat race was no problem for him. But Austin, tonight, this track, a very technical one. Do you have to be any more focused, or does this track demand any more focus than any other?
It was a little tough at first. It's kind of like changed a lot from practice, just a little slicker, and you're going to have to make some different changes on the bike. I was riding a little tight and just a little nervous still, but get ready for the main and hopefully get another good start like that.
Congratulations on your heat race win.
The 30-second board is up. We are ready with the last chance qualifier. Final 2 spots in the main event. 4 laps to get it done. There's a candidate-backed rider, Jesseman on the 74. Brandon's had some pretty good runs this year, but he finds himself in the LCQ here tonight. Wil Hahn had issues in his heat race. Muscle milk-backed rider.
Well, and he's on a string of good rides here. He's had some solid main events, but he needs to get there first.
Everybody except one rider getting smoothly through the first corner. Chad Ward will take the start on the Talladega Cycles back entry.
Boy, and that's what you want to do in the LCQ, Ralph. You want to grab that start and try to check out. This is a very dangerous track for lights riders. You can see here this finish line turn. To jump the finish line, you have to leave that inside wide open. LCQ comes around, a rider has a chance to cut you off and get inside there, they're going to take it. So the best thing right now for Ward is to check out and be gone. This is Tyler Wharton we're taking a look at.
Yeah, he's in second. His brother Blake has already transferred into the main. Tyler trying to join him there. I'll tell you what, Ward is opening up a pretty good lead here too. Now, some other riders have had some issues, including Shryock. Watch this.
Yeah, just off the right-hand side of your screen here. He just doesn't have enough room. Everyone comes together and he gets the short end of the stick, and unfortunately in a short 4-lap LCQ, he's pretty much packing it up and heading home.
Yeah, it's going to end Hunter's night right there. These are the top two, Ward and Wharton.
And you see how aggressive Ward was right off the bat. I mean, he had that whole shot, and the second turn, he was hammering the throttle, trying to get away. Now, what Wharton's going to need to focus on here, if he happens to close this up, which if he keeps making mistakes through that section like that, he's going to have a tough time doing. But if he happens to reel him in, is to not take a chance of going for the win and do something risky. Second's good enough to make it to the main. It's a very fair start, so if you're anywhere on that far outside four, well, you see Ward there got a little bit too far outside out in the cushion.
Way out
they
there.
call it in the sprint car world, right?
Branden Jesseman having more problems.
Yeah, let's take a look at a replay here. Watch Jesseman, there's 74 on that candidate Kawasaki. He gets really caught up, and then see both riders go high. Jesseman, just at the last second, bumps in. Fantastic piece of riding, I'm telling you, Ralph, to keep it on two wheels.
And don't forget, Jesseman was second just a week ago, Jeff, in New Orleans, and now he finds himself in a position where he's probably not going to even make the start of the main here tonight.
Yeah, he is. He's just outside of the top five. We're going to see if he can get it inside the top two. Remember, this season they changed the rules. We only take 2 out of the Lites LCQ. It used to be 4 for decades. Now it's down to 2, so it really puts the pressure on riders that are fairly inexperienced.
It's the same format as for the Supercross class, 9 out of each heat, and then 2 out of the last chance qualifier.
And that's exactly what we're looking at on your screen here. That's Ward with the lead.
And just when you think Wharton is starting to lose ground, Jeff, he starts to reel in Ward a little bit. We're on the final lap here.
I'm telling you, if I was Wharton, I would be really cautious right now. I would just go ahead and give this thing to Ward if he wants it. If he doesn't make any mistakes, I'll let him have it. Second's going to be good enough. You're both going to be starting way on the outside on the gate. Just don't tangle with them and do something stupid and take yourself out of the race. So far, both riders doing a phenomenal job here. I'm telling you, Ward's putting the pressure on, but just a few turns to go.
Chad Ward out of Cleveland, Alabama, leading the last chance qualifiers.
Wire to wire, we might add.
Yeah, he's doing a great job. Final couple of corners, Wharton making a bit of a run at him. Here he comes. Wharton's going to chase him to the line, but Ward is going to take the win in the last chance qualifier, and Wharton will join him in the main event. So Chad Ward wins the LCQ, and he's going on to the main. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back. Main event time, getting close. Welcome back to St. Louis, the Edward Jones Dome. Right down the street from the beautiful Gateway Arch. Ralph Sheen, Jeff Emmick, and Aaron Bates with you. Fans inside having a great time here tonight. All the families turning out on a big weekend here in St. Louis. We got some big weekends coming up, including Toronto, Jacksonville, Seattle, and Salt Lake City. It's all part of our Toyota Moving Forward schedule. And if you want to get some tickets to come to the races, go to www.supercrossonline.com. We'd love to see you out at the track. On February 10th, Congress enacted a law that effectively stopped the sale of motorcycles, ATVs, and snowmobiles to children under the age of 12. On March 19th, dirt bike heroes, past and present, gathered at Malcolm Smith Motorsport to demonstrate an act of civil disobedience. 7-time Supercross champ Jeremy McGrath was on hand to support the cause, and 2-time champ Jeff Ward led a group of concerned citizens in purchasing the banned bikes for their children. For more on this effort to get an exemption for the motorcycle industry, here's Aaron Bates, standing by with a man right at the center.
Well, guys, I'm here with a very special guest, Missouri State House Representative Tom Self. Tom, initially when this lead ban issue came out, it didn't seem to be such a huge issue, but there's been some unintended consequences that have taken place. How bad is it, and what can fans do to resolve this issue?
Well, what it amounts to, Washington passed the Consumer Product Safety Improvement Act last August, and it started out as a bill for ingestible toys for infants, and as it went through the process, some language was added to it about for those products specifically designed for those 12 and under. What that's done, that has brought in all the small motorcycles, the small four-wheelers, and as of right now, sale on those small motorcycles and four-wheelers has been banned across the entire country. When you talk to people about this, it's one of two things. Either they think that, you know, this is so crazy it couldn't really be true, or if it is true, it must just be a glitch in it and we're going to fix it here in a couple of days. Well, the problem is that it is very true. They've been completely banned. And the other part of it is that we're trying to get the folks in D.C. to understand that there's a problem here. We've struggled with that. We're asking people to go to www.tomself.com and sign on and try to help get Washington's attention to this, because we got to get these bikes freed up. It's www.tomself.com. And like I say, we need everybody to get involved in this thing. This is not a time to sit back, and please don't be one of those hesitators. We gotta have everybody. We really need their help. Thank you.
Thank you very much for being here, Tom, and making the viewers at home aware of such a serious situation.
All right, Aaron, thanks. It is a serious issue that is definitely impacting the motorcycle industry. Wednesday on an all-new Drag Race High, when the sponsor shows up, both teams scramble to make a good impression, and raging wildfires threaten to scorch the Wildcats. Don't miss Drag Race High, Wednesday, 10 p.m. Eastern, only on Speed. Well, the fans inside the building having a great time watching the races right now, but earlier was all about the pit party. Man, you've got to come out to one of these races to see the pit party. You can see Miss Supercross Casey Edmondson there, and the entire gang walking around having a great time at the pit party. The 30-second board is up. The Monster Energy Pro Circuit squad has swept every round on the East Coast so far this year. That man, Nico Izzi, has been the only one to come close to upsetting that balance. Could he do it tonight? Stop the streak as Stroupe and Pourcel. Here we go from St. Louis. Stroupe looks like he's going to get the whole shot, but he won't. It'll go to Blake Wharton on the 61.
Darren Durham goes down in the first turn. He's the only casualty. He's last.
Izzi is up to second place, and the fastest. Christophe Pourcel is down. The points leader is down. He's next to last as they come through the second corner. Stroupe is up in about fourth position.
What a change of fortune for our points leader. Pourcel running second to last still. He's going to have a lot of ground to make up.
Wharton leading them early on here. Watch what happens to Christophe Pourcel as this one gets underway.
Watch as they come across the start here. See all the riders grouped together. Pourcel actually bumps with one of the Yamaha riders and then gets into the turn and gets hit a couple times. Real fortunate to keep it on two wheels, keep it stood up. But as you can see, once he come around, only Durham was behind him.
Jeff, Blake Wharton is out front. We have talked a lot about this young man and how impressive he has been. He's put together some great finishes. Been a touch inconsistent, but that's to be expected when it's your rookie season in the Supercross Lites class. But what an experience he's getting right now leading here in the main event.
Well, and he's very reminiscent of another GEICO Power Sports Honda rider, Trey Kennard, who came out and won the East Coast Light Supercross Championship in his very first attempt last year. Actually won the championship in this building. So does that GEICO Honda team have a little bit of mojo working here in St. Louis at the Edward Jones Dome?
On the flip side, what a rough night Nico Izzi has had, and he finds himself in second, challenging for the win. Now this battle is a little bit deeper back. This involves Gerke and Stroupe in here as well, and they're all fighting over 4th position.
As they come across the stripe, that's Missouri native Vince Friese with another great start at 7:19. Friese
He's
really
in
putting
third.
a phenomenal ride here, but he's got some serious company behind.
Yeah, one of those is Gerke on the 34, and then of course the 981 is Stroupe, who's going to get them both over the double dragon's back. And Stroupe makes the move.
Whoa,
Oh,
that's
big
close.
contact in there. And somehow Friese and Stroupe and Gerke all get through it okay, and Lemoyne is in this pack as well. Matt Lemoyne on the blue bike. Boy, that was some close racing
Stroupe,
through
that
there.
was close. Stroupe with a little panic rev. He went to scrub that double, got his way too far forward, managed to keep the bike underneath him. But I'm telling you, Matt Gerke there on that Suzuki City bike, he has really been fast. He was just outside the top 5 in his heat race, but showed some excellent lap times. He is really putting on a charge here as he's trying to catch the fastest qualifier of the day.
Fight for the lead now. And Blake Wharton, our race leader, started the year off with a 5th in Houston, a 4th in Atlanta. Then he didn't make it in the main in Indianapolis. Came back with a 9th at Daytona and a 3rd, his first podium a week ago in New Orleans. And now he's looking to maybe get his first win.
I'm telling you, if either one of these riders wins the main event, that's going to be an incredible accomplishment. That will be their first Lights main event win. I'm telling you, we've got a lot of racing left here. Izzi rebounding after not making the main in New Orleans. Came 1 spot short. Now he's really focused here for this main event in St. Louis. Possibly, if he can get past Wharton and hold off any other challengers, can win his first main event. I tell you, Rob, it takes things like that at times to really motivate a rider, to get him out of a rut maybe that he's in, or to just kind of give you that little boost, that wake-up call. Certainly, Nico Izzi is awake here in St. Louis.
Izzi began the year with a 3rd in Houston, followed that up with his best finish of the year, a 2nd in Atlanta, and then 2/3 at Indy and Daytona before not making the main at New Orleans a week ago.
Yeah, so basically Izzi was a podium guy, solid every round, and then doesn't make the main. But he really has got a challenge here in front of him as the youngster Blake Wharton putting together some fine laps right now, making no mistakes, riding perfect lines around the track. Been very impressed. Both riders have showed a lot of patience up to this point. We're nearing the halfway point right now.
And how about this, the fact that Mitch Payton's Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki squad has won every round in the East. In fact, they've won 8 of the 11 races in the Supercross Lites class, both East and West, so far this year. And they might see that streak here in the East get stopped here tonight. Stroupe is running in 3rd. He's their best shot at it, but he's about 7.5 seconds behind Wharton right now.
Yeah, and when you take a look at the lap times, it's a 47.5 for the leader. And as Stroupe comes around, he's in a 47 also. It's going to be close.
The main event here in St. Louis continues with Blake Wharton out front. In his first Supercross Lites East Coast event. Jeff, do you remember when you were a rookie and the first time you found yourself in position to maybe win a main?
First main event, yeah, Houston, Texas. And I almost didn't make the night qualifier. So, like I said about that not qualifying and you get that wake-up call, both of these riders have done that this year. They've not qualified. But now here tonight in St. Louis, they're putting the little bit of Supercross experience that they have, putting it to good work.
Blake Wharton continues to run. Now, Christophe Pourcel, our points leader, has had a much different night than Blake Wharton. He won his heat, but Jeffy struggled here in the main.
And watch at the top of your screen right here as he picks another off. Gillis right here comes up short, goes flying over the bars. See a couple of riders just, as Jason Thomas just missed him, but clear sailing when you get the whole shot, Ralph. I can't stress enough how important it is to get that start, get out there and ride clean. And look at the gap between Wharton and Izzi.
It's gotten bigger, definitely. It's up to over 3.5 seconds. Pourcel, by the way, is in 10th.
Well, and the reason why this is that lap is he had a 49.3, so he dropped off the pace a couple seconds a lap. This is your whole shot replay. Look at the 981 here, just flying into the first turn and overshoots it just a tad bit. Then you notice Wharton here on the GEICO Honda there, just across the line. That's your whole shot winner.
Half a foot made a big difference there. Here's picking his way through, making his way over to the finish line jump. We go a little deeper into the field as we go back to 10th. Christophe Pourcel trying to catch Daniel Blair. I'm telling over 9th.
Well, and I'm telling you, Pourcel, he really has dominated this championship. He hasn't had really a bad race. 4th has been his worst, but right now he's really having to work for every point he gets.
Yeah, but Aaron, he said earlier tonight to you he wasn't feeling all that great, was he?
That's right, guys, and I just wanted to make a point on that because he's really, really struggling with his former injuries that he's had due to back injuries. He's been taking some medication to try to speed up his digestive system, and because he's off from a cycle of those tablets, he's having a hard time regaining and getting back into the groove of things. He said he's feeling extremely under the weather, and he's just really, really excited for to eventually be feeling a lot better.
Well, and Jeff, he's probably lucky as he keeps picking up guys here and there and working his way into the top 10 over the fact that it is a short championship.
Very much so, yeah, and you know, Supercross is hard on the body in many different ways. Not only the wear and tear on the body at the events, situations like this with Pourcel when he goes down on the first lap, he gets bumped around, but also trying to keep yourself healthy as you train at a very top level and you push your body to its limits week in, week out. So there's a real balance there, and it's a real challenge just to keep yourself healthy all the way through to the end of the championship.
Points leader is catching Steve Clark in a fight over 6. Of course, the Monster Energy AMA Supercross FIM World Championship is an 8th race battle for the lights. Just a couple of rounds left to go in this title fight, and then we'll go back, finish off the West, and then, of course, we'll have the East-West shootout in Vegas, and we see Pourcel picking off another couple of riders and continuing to march his way up closer maybe to a top 5 finish here.
Yeah, Pourcel right now, he's working on Steve Clark, but that was Vince Freezy, who was up front off of the start, that just got lapped, so he's way off the pace now for the Missouri native.
We'll get a chance to see the East and the West get together in Sam Boyd Stadium in Vegas that first week in May, a non-points race.
9 points, but a lot of cash, Ralph. I've won
and a lot of pride.
Twice. And a lot of pride, yeah. When the championships are all said and done, you don't have to worry about points. You let it all hang out. That's
just
the
like
East-West
that.
shootout, yeah.
That's hanging it out right there for Pourcel. He's been cutting across that through there, Jeff. The only guy been doing that all night.
Yeah, well, that's a split lane, but he's found a way to go inside, which is the shortest way through there. Consequently, makes for the faster lap time. But he's done a fine job here of working his way through the pack. He has had no mistakes since the mistakes on the front. This is what champions have to do. And remember, Pourcel has massive points lead here. Okay, he doesn't have to win the races to win the championship, but on a bad night, you definitely want to make sure that you're, up there around the top 5.
The guy second in the Lights East Coast points is Austin Stroupe, Pourcel's teammate. That's him, third rider in line there, who is catching Nico Izzi, who seems to be doing his best to try to catch Blake Wharton, but is going to come up short with about 2 laps to go here. So the fight for second is on, and the points gap, Jeff, it is really big between Pourcel and Stroupe. It was 115 for Pourcel, 84 for Stroupe coming into this night.
Yeah, and what's interesting is for Austin Stroupe, he's had some great rides, but at Daytona he got a 19th. And then last week, it was Nico Izzi here that didn't even qualify for the main, and that's really what has given.
Here's Stroupe to the inside on Izzi.
He makes
a big mistake just when he locks up third, or second, I should say. He makes a big mistake, and it costs him the position. He's got to drop back, set them all up again, and another mistake.
So these riders look like they're finally getting starting to make some mistakes here on this Travis Pastrana designed track. As the track gets rough, they get into the lap riders. Fitness may be a situation here, but it certainly is challenging as these guys are battling for second place in the main.
White flag out, final lap. Jeff, there's also no place to take a break on this racetrack, so fitness is definitely going to be an issue.
Very busy, no doubt about it here. Now, Stroupe has found his groove here. He finally has has really put together some solid lap times here. Oh, this is the inside. He tries it. Nope. Very close here through the split lanes. Austin Stroupe's going to go outside. That's where the left rider is.
Oh, he's going to jump past him. Izzi with a mistake. Stroupe jumps his way into second place. And Blake Wharton is going to get his first career Monster Energy AMA Supercross Lites East Coast win. And he does it here in St. Louis. Congratulations to Blake Wharton. And we wait for second place to make their way to the line. It will be Austin Stroupe beating Nico Izzi back to the checkers. We'll be right back to talk to the first-time winner, Blake Wharton, after this. Well, the crowd thrilled to see Blake Wharton get his first career win in the Supercross Lites East Coast competition. And he did it by a whopping 15.3 seconds over Austin Stroupe, who has been fast all day long. A huge win for Blake Wharton. Well, Aaron, he loves music, he loves dogs, and I bet he loves being on the top step of the podium tonight.
I think you might be right. Blake Wharton celebrates his very first victory, and last weekend he made his way up to the podium. Blake, was that the vote of confidence that you needed to pull off what you did here tonight?
I think so. I hadn't gotten the podium yet this year, except last week I had a good race, and to come in here I knew if my starts were key, and the track was flowing, and I was doing everything right that I could win one. So I'm happy to be here.
Congratulations to you. Nothing's going to intimidate this rookie.
No, it's not, Aaron, and he's got a lot of confidence now when he goes to Las Vegas that first weekend in May for the East-West Shootout. It's going to be great to see him out there battling with the best in lights from the East and the West. Here's the points. Pourcel lost a few, but it's still going to be tough to catch him.
Oh, yeah. Stroupe is 25 behind. That's a whole race.
Well, let's meet Austin Stroupe. He's with Aaron.
What a battle that took place this evening. But Austin Stroupe, he said earlier that this track is almost like a video game. How aggressive did you need to be on tonight's track to make it work?
I felt like I was playing MX Unleashed. I was banging into dudes like it was a last lap, and we were on the first lap. A little crazy racing, but I pulled the start and just got kind of messed up. It was my fault. I went outside, but it was a pretty good night. I got on the podium, and just want to give it up. My hat to my family, my trainer Michael, my mechanic, Door, Maxima, Bridgestone, Scott, Vans, Terminal Velocity, Parts Unlimited, Monster Energy Pro Circuit. My family, thanks a lot.
Congratulations on your bar-to-bar racing tonight.
SpeedTV.com has the most comprehensive AMA racing coverage with expert analysis, videos, results, and news stories posted as soon as they become available. No one covers AMA racing better than SpeedTV.com. Go now and enter keyword AMA. Let's go back to Aaron one more time.
Well, guys, Nico Izzi did not make it into the main event last weekend. It had fueled the fire for this weekend. Nico, take us through your week and how important it was for you to make a comeback.
It was good, I really had a solid week and went home and trained pretty hard and came out here and practice. It felt so good. First practice I was fastest, and then second practice had another pretty bad get off, ruined my wrist and stuff, but I hung on tight. It was a really good race, and Wharton rode really good, so did Stroupe, and couldn't do it without Dr. Navarro, my mom, my dad, my girlfriend, Rockstar Makita Suzuki, and just everybody else, Parts Unlimited Thor, Oakley.
Great job on a tremendous performance.
Well, our next show is coming up right around the corner. A week from today, we'll be up in Canada, the Rogers Center. Make sure you tune in and catch it here on Speed. What a huge night for Blake Wharton, his first win. You remember getting your first Lites win?
I definitely do, Ralph, and it was a very proud night for my family and my team and everyone. Blake Wharton has arrived in Supercross.
Yep, I got a funny feeling we'll see Blake Wharton on the top step of the podium quite a few more times in the coming weeks. For Aaron Bates and Jeff Emig, I'm Ralph Shaheen. So long from St. Louis. Congratulations to Blake Wharton.